Damn YouTube. Back at it again with another video, and we are at Final Resolution, the second pay-per-view in the series, last pay-per-view of 2009. Big card, main evented by Desmond Wolfe trying to win the TNA World Championship from AJ Styles. What's going to happen? We don't know yet. Let's go into the locker room incident, see what we got. Sting and Consequences Creed, I'm terrified. Oh, I like that, because I'm a big fan of Xavier Woods. So, Sting taking Consequences Creed under his wing as a protege is excellent news. And that's the only incident we have. So now let's go ahead and try to do some locker room controls again. We're going to try to... Actually, I don't know. Let's do a rib. See, I don't know if I want to do a rib. I've never done these before. A minor, practical joke, major, risky rib, elaborate plot. Let's do a minor rib. Something small. And we're going to do it to Alex Shelley again. Trying to get... Oh, well, no, his morale's happy. So, what about Sabin? Sabin's happy, too. Who's someone that's not pleased at the moment? I think Nash is one of them. Yeah, we're going to rib Nash. Did that work? Is Nash okay? Okay, maybe not. I think he doesn't like us anyway. Because of our shit with, uh... Nash and Heyman don't liking each other. Not liking each other, I should say. Anyways, I want to show you guys the rating if you did not remember. Oh shit, I gotta set that by the way. I gotta show you guys the rating if you guys do not remember of what our last pay-per-view was. So let's go ahead and do that. Show history. Our last pay-per-view was Turning Point. Got a 77B, so we're trying to top that. And yeah, that's pretty much my only goal for this show is to get better than a 77B. With the card that we're gonna have, I very well think that we can do this because of our co-main event and our main event being probably, I'm hoping they get A's. I'm not quite sure. Maybe the co-main is going to get a high B plus, but I don't know. When it comes to me booking and getting good grades, it never really happens. So, alright, let's make a cut here. Alright, we are back, so let's go ahead and get right down into the show. We kick things off with a Final Resolution hype video showcasing the world title feud between AJ Styles and Desmond Wolfe. We then go on to the opening contest, the X Division title match, where Daniels defeats the Amazing Red to become the new X Division champion. Did a 75 B minus. That's great considering Red can't really call in ring or anything like that. Daniels had an in-ring performance in 91. They have pretty good chemistry, as we know, and Daniels is now your new X Division champion. See, I did call in the ring anyway, and he got 75 B minus, so I'm alright. We then go to another segment where Sting's basically calling out Jon Moxley, wanting Jon Moxley to come out, but nope, Moxley's nowhere to be found. And then all of a sudden, the theme music of Booker T hits, and Booker T returns, saying that tonight he makes his mark, he returns, and he will show, unlike any of these other young punks, that he can actually beat Sting. Did a 86B plus. We then go on to the match, did a 81B. Booker T defeats Sting after Jon Moxley interferes and distracts Sting and guillotines him on the top rope, which leads to Sting turning around, boom, right into an axe kick. And then after that, we go backstage to the Kings of Wrestling cutting a promo about the beer money and Tara, who is facing Del Rey for the Knockouts Championship after Del Rey defeated ODB last week on Impact in a six-man tag. But they're basically just talking about their title defenses. Well, title defense and then title match. So that did a 66C plus. We then go on to the Knockouts title match between Del Rey and Tara. Did very good, a 74 B minus. Sarah Del Rey makes this basically just another defense for Del Rey going into the new 2010 year. Del Rey defeating Tara, making defense number 1 of her Knockouts title. We then go to Eric Young opening up his open challenge for the Global Championship when this theme music hits. And then Rob Van Dam makes his TNA debut, and that did a 68C plus. He had a very good debuting of his gimmick. They have the match. RVD defeats Eric Young to become the new Global Championship, wins the title in his first night. Please tell me there was no dings for drugs. Thank God. We then go backstage where Desmond Wolfe gets interviewed by Christy Hemme about AJ Styles and the world title match tonight. He basically says that finally the time is upon us where I get to show just how damn good I am in that ring. Did an 88B plus. We then go to Bobby Lashley versus Scott Steiner. Basically, just wanted to end the feud. Bobby Lashley defeats Scott Steiner. Nothing really big here to talk about at all. It brought the fans back down like it was supposed to. Did a 74B minus. We're getting a really good grades on this show when it comes to the B's. And then we go backstage to see the TNA General Manager's door. You had to sign that says TNA General Manager, which, as you know, will be being announced tonight. It got hyped up a couple weeks ago by Dixie Carter that we will find out the new General Manager. Excuse me. We will find out the new General Manager of TNA tonight on Final Resolution. So John Moxley opens the GM's door from inside and comes out of it holding a contract in his hand. And he just smirks and nods his head looking at the contract, a wrestling contract. So now we hear over commentary, has John Moxley just signed a contract with our new general manager? Who's our GM? Where are they at? They were supposed to be here already. Did a 59C. Didn't expect much. We then go on to the co-main event. The tag team titles are on the line. Beer Money versus the Kings of Wrestling. What happens here in this match is Chris Hero does a rolling elbow to Bobby Roode, knocks Bobby Roode completely out. Roode's out for about the last 10 minutes of the match. And it's just a 2-on-1 assault of James Storm. And the Kings of Wrestling hit the KRS-1, and that's all she wrote for Beer Money's tag team title reign. Kings of Wrestling won the tag team titles, and damn, Hero already getting up to that 82 in-ring performance. Claudio's still at a 76, James Storm with a 94, and Robert Roode with an 88. So far, James Storm's had the best in-ring performance of the night. But yeah, that's basically the story of the match. Was Robert Roode gets knocked out by Hero with a rolling elbow, and is pretty much out for the rest of the match because he's loopy. And then Storm just gets jumped, and the Kings of Wrestling win the team titles. So every title so far has changed hands except for the Knockouts title. And then we go on to AJ Styles. Well, Desmond Wolfe makes his entrance first, and then AJ Styles makes a big entrance with pyro, etc., etc. And the camera pans to Desmond. Desmond's just like, I don't care. And going into our main event, which I'm nervous about grade-wise, I don't think it's going to get an A. I think it's going to get a B. And it gets an ADV. It's alright. There was a definite lack of psychology on display, and the match had a tendency to drift a bit. Alright, fair enough. It should have gotten way higher, but I did a 35-minute match. And then I also did the Epic match. Yeah, I did Epic. So, you win some, you lose some when it comes to show grades. Desmond Wolfe wins the TNA World Heavyweight Championship clean. The way I imagine the finish happening is they're going back and forth, back and forth. AJ goes for the springboard reverse DDT. When he locks Desmond into it, Desmond elbows him in the gut, rolls out, pushes AJ back against the ropes. And when AJ comes back, AJ hits Desmond with a forearm. Desmond falls back into the ropes. Boom, hits the pendulum lariat. And then takes Styles completely out. Pins him 1, 2, 3. The crowd's shocked. They didn't expect a clean finish. But Desmond Wolfe slowly rises to his feet, grabs the TNA World title, and raises it above his head as he is crowned the new TNA World Heavyweight Champion. And James Storm did have the best in-ring performance of the night with a 94. Wow. Desmond had the second with a 92, and then AJ had the third with a 91. So that did an 80B. And then after that match, Desmond's holding the title high above his head. AJ Styles is laid out on the ground. And then all of a sudden, Desmond's theme music cuts, and this plays. To which Paul Heyman walks out on stage with a microphone, clapping his hands before he says, "Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. For those of you that don't know, I've had a bunch of professional wrestling businesses in my past. I've been an industry veteran, and quite frankly, I'm now here in TNA to show that we will be the best professional wrestling company around. I'm the boss now. And Desmond, congratulations for being the first world champion under the Paul Heyman regime. But next week on Impact, I can promise you, you will see change around here. So thank you for coming out to Final Resolution. Fans, tune in to Thursday Night Impact, because I will give a State of the Union address on my first night in. And then that's how we end Final Resolution. Paul Heyman basically debuting as the GM. Did an 89A, did really good. Turn on the gimmick. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, okay, yeah, we had his gimmick change. There we go. Get above average. Good, good. And get an 80B. So we did. We did. That's great. We did beat it. We beat the 77. So that's our best pay-per-view so far. And we're gonna go ahead and talk to Desmond, AJ, and James Storm. Hero and Claudio were slightly overused. All right, I gotta bump them up on the card then now that they're tag champs. And James Storm, point out as a good example, compliment on a good performance, and then praise for a great performance. There we go. Seemed pleased, seemed pleased, and before I click seem or close, wait, hold on. Yeah, there we go. All right, before I click close because it's gonna go into loading screen and well, yeah, it'll go into loading screen. I don't want the processing to screw up the video or anything. Thank you guys for tuning in. We have one more episode left of December before we go into the 2010 year, which I'm very excited about. The new vision that I've wanted to put into TNA has been implemented now. You guys have seen what I'm doing. Now is the time where I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to pretty much book out a lot of stuff in my head so it makes more things make sense, I guess is how I should have said that. So we're going to basically have solid booking now instead of just random thrown together booking. So sorry about that, like I said in the last episode. I just wanted to get to 2010 as fast as possible, to be honest. And I want to get my vision implemented in it. So now, going into the 2010 year, we have Desmond Wolfe as our world champion, Rob Van Dam as the global champion, Sarah Del Rey as the knockout champion, Daniels as the X Division champion, and the Kings of Wrestling as the tag team champions. So it's a very interesting time for TNA. What's going to happen with Desmond Wolfe and AJ Styles? Will AJ Styles be deemed a rematch clause? Will Beer Money be deemed a rematch clause? Will Eric Young be deemed a rematch clause? Who knows? Find out in the next episode of Impact. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you're new. Take it easy, guys.